Maybe you've had a job, and could you just imagine for a moment that you're at a job sitting at a desk? Can you visualize that? So let's say you're at a job sitting at a desk, and the boss comes up to you and taps you on the shoulder, and the boss says, I got some good news, and I got some bad news. What would you normally want first? The bad news. The boss says, well, the bad news is you're fired. And you're thinking, whoa, that is bad news. Well, maybe not the people here, we're all networkers, but most ordinary people say, ooh, that's really bad news. I mean, if I get fired, I got to go home and tell my spouse I got fired, and that would be pretty embarrassing. Then they start thinking, what if I couldn't find another job for a year? And maybe it doesn't pay as much, or maybe it's all on the other side of the Tampa Bay area. I have to fight traffic, or the people mean. And I mean, is this bad news? Yeah. So you panic, if you're an ordinary person, of course, but you would panic and say, oh my goodness, this is terrible, bad news. So you turn to the boss and say, what's the good news? And the boss says, well, the good news is you have the rest of the afternoon off. Oh. And now you panic. You say, oh no, I don't want to be fired. Is there any way you can keep me? And the boss says, well, the Chinese took all our jobs. So we can only keep a couple of people left on staff. And if you want to be one of the people we keep on staff, you'd have to agree to work 1 hour overtime every day for free. Monday through Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. you have to work an hour overtime for free. If you did that, we could afford to keep you. What do you think most ordinary people would say? Yes. Yeah, isn't that amazing? They would say yes in a heartbeat. And the boss says, okay, well, if you're willing to do that, hour overtime, Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 for free. If you're willing to do that, I tell you what, you can be part of the team. And for you helping us out through this tough period, here's what the company's going to do for you. If you don't miss any time doing this, at the end of 2 years, we're going to let you retire at full pay. Now what are you thinking? Woo! Best day of your life, right? You're thinking, wow, I just do this for 2 years and retire at full pay. How many people here think that would be pretty good news for people? They would be excited. So you run home and you tell your spouse about it, and you work the hour overtime for about 6 months, and you're at a party. And at this party, some friends there are saying, oh man, look at you. You are just so stupid. I mean, look at you. You're working an hour overtime every day for free. The company's taking advantage of you. Quit that job. Get a job where they're going to pay you for all your hours. What would you say? No, only have 18 months to go, right? Yeah, and then I can retire at full pay. So you do it for about 18 months, working that hour overtime. You come home and your spouse says, you know what, dear? We miss you for dinner. Quit that job. Get a new job where you come home an hour earlier for dinner. What would you say? No way. Only 6 months to go and I can retire at full pay. And you would do this for 2 years, and at the end of 2 years you could retire at full pay. Would that be awesome? Yep. Now, unfortunately, your job doesn't offer that benefit. But we do. When you join our network marketing business, we're just going to ask you to work 1 hour every day, Monday through Friday, talking to people. Not moving pixels on a computer screen, not playing pen pal, all right? Not surfing the web, but talking to people. If you talk to people for just 1 hour every day, Monday through Friday, at the end of 2 years, your bonus will be enough to equal your full-time income, and you can retire at full pay. Wow. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, yeah. I would like to try it, but I just don't know what to say. And I said, well, of course not. You're just starting. You don't have any of the skills yet. But you would learn as you go along. I mean, you could learn to do anything in an hour a day in 2 years, couldn't you? I mean, you could even learn to play the piano. So maybe the first week you learn to say hi. Week number 2, you learn to say, my name is. But you'd get better. And at the end of 2 years, you can retire at full pay. So, what do you think? What do you think a lot of people would say? Sign me up.